What's going on, world? It's your boy Jamie the Motivator, personal trainer, entrepreneur. I'm here with another amazing guest. Welcome to the Too Crowded podcast, where I talk to successful individuals about what made them successful and how they got to where they are today. Today, I'm here with Sasha The Diva. How you doing?
Okay, what's your podcast called?
Too Crowded.
Why'd you call it that?
I always say it's too crowded at the bottom.
Oh,
So I meet you at the top.
Okay.
When somebody hating on me, I meet you at the top.
Okay, got
When
it.
you talking about me, I meet you at the top.
Okay.
So it kind of speaks for itself.
Who's on the podcast with you?
It's just me.
Oh, okay.
You know, and
But
now
I'm with you today.
And now you the
Okay.
co-host. So we're not gonna make sure it's a switch, but we're gonna make sure we're good.
What does that mean, a switch?
A switch is when you're talking to phenomenal people, you gotta make sure they don't turn it on you.
Oh, I'm a switch it back on. It's okay.
We're gonna be switching it back and forth.
Yes.
So to the viewers and the people who do not know who Sasha Diva is, who you are and how did you get to where you are today?
So I always like to talk about the name because when you say diva a lot of times is in a negative tone, and it's far from that. A diva, she's just so high maintenance. I'm not high maintenance, okay? Sasha takes care of Sasha. Absolutely. But my dad was so influential in my life. He was my foundation and my mom, and so early in my life, my dad was noticing things about me. And I was running around, I was always talking, I was always wanting to be in the mirror talking, I was always listening to the radio, looking at TV, and he always saw me in the bathroom talking. I would get different utensils, get in the mirror, and start mimicking different anchors. For me, back then, we didn't have black anchors. I can't even think of one. I can't. I'm just thinking right now. It was Barbara Walters.
Wow.
Because my dad used to watch the news a lot, and I would mimic everything she said. And then he was looking at me one day, and he was like, my little diva, my little Sasha the Diva. So the name comes from my father. I own it. And them checks are written to Sasha the Diva.
Yeah, because I was definitely like, you know, in my head I said, well, let me wear my hat today to make sure I'm good because I'm meeting with the diva. So I'm glad you
But
cleared
see,
that
the
up for
diva
me.
is different things. Diva is with some jeans, flip flops. Listen, y'all, you want to be real? I got a hole in my look at that, look at that. I got a hole in my sock.
Talk about
Okay,
transparency.
I can have on jeans, t-shirt, to a full gown, to just raggy. I'm just raggy.
Because it's in you, not on you.
It's just me.
Yeah.
I do me. I do not live my life for other people and your opinions. So I'm in a free space, and I've been like that all my life, and it comes from my dad.
Wow, absolutely. So I know you to be a syndicated radio host, motivational speaker, philanthropist, entrepreneur. Like, how do you balance all those?
A calendar.
Absolutely.
At first, it was, I was all over the place. Not getting sleep. God, I'm sleeping with the phone, waking up in the middle of the night, writing, and it was just like crazy. And then it was like, you got to kind of get this under control. And then when I started hiring an assistant to help me, she was like, girl, we got to get this calendar. I literally put everything on the calendar and make sure I'm giving myself enough room to get where I have to get and go get my coffee or my salad. Or like today, I stopped and got me some chicken wings and macaroni and cheese and stuff like that. It's the calendar that helps me balance and making sure I spend time with family, because so early in my career, that was
You're using the trenches.
Yeah.
So I know success to be kind of like a tree. Like, you're known typically for one thing that you root and that builds up. And then as you become more successful, you have all these branches. What is your root story?
It's probably going to start when my mom threw me out the house.
You had to figure life out.
Yeah, I was mouthy, and I wanted to do it my way, and my mother wasn't having it. And one day she said, it's only one woman in this house, and if you don't get it together, you have to go. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving today. And my mother started throwing my clothes down the steps and told me, get out. So my dad, you know, these are his girls, stop. And my mother was, look, shut your mouth. And I was like, oh God. I said, well, Ma, I need a key to the car, you know, I need some cash. And she's like, no.
You grown.
You grown.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
grown.
And I left and was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. And because I was so mouthy and grown and in the streets, I called somebody I knew who was older and said, I just got put out of my mom's house. Can I come over your house and stay? And her name was Cheryl. And she was like, okay. She was a hairstylist. And she said, okay. She had a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom townhouse. I went over there and I told her what was going on and she told me I could stay. So from there, I was still kind of wild. I was in the streets, I was going to the clubs, and I was with different guys too. I was dating my son's, I had already had a baby at that time. I was a product of a teenage mom, not listening, having unprotected sex, got pregnant, did not know I was pregnant, and there I am finding out that I'm 5 months. So that's where all the wickedness started with me, because I just did not want to listen.
Right.
So I'm in the streets, and one night I'm out, and I wanted to go to this club. I'm underage, all right? But you know, with the hair and makeup, you know, I'm trying to be grown. I'm trying to be grown. And I go up into the club, and I'm coming in, and I was like, hey, you know, how much is it? So the two guys was like, please. And I was like, I just want to party. And they said, listen, you just make sure you don't drink. And I was like, okay. So I'm in a club, I'm seeing all the people and the girls, and it was fabulous. This is my first time in a nightclub, and then, you know, I think I'm grown. And the night was over, it was time to go home, and this guy, I swear to God, looked like a Rick Fox. He said, did I need a ride? And I was like, just look, I'm just saying, fine. Okay.
Yeah, that was the style back then.
Yeah,
tall,
right.
light skin.
Tall, light skin, right?
The eyes.
And I got in the car with him, and we drove just a little bit, and then I heard click. He had locked the door. But then I was like, okay, it's not really, but in my mind, I was like, okay, what's going on? Then he put his hand to the side and pulled out a gun and put the gun in his lap. Then I knew that I got into something that I don't know if I could get out of it. And he was driving, and then he turned down the alley. And that's when I began to pray. And I was telling God that I was so sorry. Please forgive me, because see, I had a foundation too. My mom and dad had laid the foundation. And I asked God to please forgive me for everything that I have done. Please let my parents know that I'm sorry and I love them, because I needed to go to heaven, okay? Because I just knew it was getting ready to go down. And I had like totally zoned out. And next thing, he's shaking me. He's shaking me. And I'm looking at him, and he said, and he's used some ugly words, get out of the car.
Right.
And he leaned over me and opened the door and was pushing me out of the car. So we're not in the alley anymore. When I tell you I zoned out, I just zoned out. We were in the parking lot of the IHOP. And he's grabbing me going into the IHOP. And I'm not saying anything. I'm not fighting back anything. We sit down at the table. He pushes me down to sit and sits in front of me. The lady comes to the table, and I'm just like horrified. And she said, can we take your order? Yeah, she's gonna get, and he's telling me what I want. And then he tells his order. And after the lady walked away, he said, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, huh? What are you doing in the club? You are this young, beautiful girl. You're in the streets. What are you doing? I sat with him for 5 hours. And everything my father taught me, he spoke it through him. That man was the owner of the nightclub. And saw me like his daughter. It changed my life. It changed my life.
Wow. And
from there, I got myself into college. I got myself out of college, finished, my radio career and my life just started to just soar. I saw him again years later, years. But it was at the radio station, and this particular, another nightclub wanted to advertise, and they were like, we want Sasha. We want her to host it. Everybody comes out to her stuff. And, you know, before I do anything, I always got to meet the owner. Look, I got to make sure this is good for you and me. And I walk into the conference room, and there he is. He didn't recognize me.
How many years later was this?
6. I'm different though. And
you really grown at this point.
I'm different.
Right.
And he stood up. He was like, my God, Sasha The Diva. He was like, okay, I want to take a picture. He was like, I just love you. And he had his GM in and his PR people. And I'm just standing there, and I started to cry. And everybody was just like, oh my God, what's wrong? And I said, you don't remember me, do you? And he was like, no. And then I reminded him, and he just was like, his name was Tony. He was like, oh my God. And for him to see me then, and now you're listening to me every day, moment. It was a beautiful moment. Until this day, we're good. We're so cool.
So you had a come to Jesus moment. You had one of those moments. It was a scared straight moment, but it seems like it was all ordained to get you on the right track, because you were definitely on the track to nowhere, or on the track to demise.
Yeah.
And making the whole journey hard for you.
Yeah.
So you're going through that, and now you're Sasha Diva years later. From there, how do you maneuver through the success of being this radio host?
Well, I will tell you this, that I never had a woman help me. It was always, I don't know, like, I don't get it. Like, why is some women, they won't help each other, or just give you some nuggets to...
Intimidation, or...
I think that was it. You know, you're a little younger, and then you see someone else hungry that want it, and it's a push away.
Reminding them what they're not, and then sometimes envy and jealousy comes. And I'm not going to help this person out. I'm not going to help her out.
That's exactly what it was. So I had to deal with that. And then the men around me always wanted to help me. And there was so many that I admired, and I would listen to them. I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. And this one gentleman, his name was Randy Dennis. He was already 25 years in the game, major market, radio. He was a huge success. And he told the GM he wanted a morning show host. And he mentioned my name. She ain't got no experience. Yeah, but she got something. It's just something about this girl. Like, he hadn't even met me yet. But I think she would be good. So they brought me in, and the program director was a woman. And I had to go to this dinner with her. Oh my God.
Yeah, see where it's going.
Oh my God, it was horrible. And oh my God, I can remember just sitting down, and she's like, Sasha the Diva. And I was like, oh God. I just really didn't know how to deal with all the negative. So tell me about you. And I had no problem telling her about me. Why do you think you're in the mornings? And I'm like, and I told her, well, he wants you. I don't know. We have to figure, and that's just how it went. But I got it. And that man right there, Randy Dennis, taught me the ropes of morning show, because that's the position to be in. And he taught me everything. He never judged me. He helped me through mistakes. And he trusted me, though. He trusted me with new ideas. I would say, Randy, oh my God, we have a huge following, Randy. Let's have our own New Year's party. Let's have our own Valentine's. Let's do our 30 and over club. Randy, we need to be taking people across the world trips. These are our trips, and we will make the money. And he's looking at me going, how much is this going to cost, Sasha? I said, it's going to cost you this much.
All right.
Okay. Because I was not making, not yet, right? And he listened, and he said, okay, put it on paper. Child, 24 hours it was on paper. And he looked at it, and he said, go. So we did our first New Year's together. We had 2,500 people show up, and that was it from there.
Yeah, so you had a chance to prove
I
that you were
proved
more
it.
than just a voice, more than just a name, but you can actually bring people in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's big in itself, because I'm sure that showed that young lady, and I'm sure that proved to everybody that you really
Oh,
are
she
that
was still
person.
tough. That was okay. That's okay. Because sometimes women in those positions just, it's hard for them too, what they're getting from men. So they got to prove themselves too. They got to be so hardcore. I was so over it. She used to lay us out all the time. I would just sit there, take it, walk out the office and giggle.
And I think sometimes they feel like that if there's one successful black woman, that it can't be too many in the same room. There can't be, and I think that goes on a lot of times.
Yes. Kevin, cut that vacuum off. I just heard it. I hate it. Okay. Oh, that thing gets on my nerves. Okay. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true about women. It's a power struggle. Not for me, though. I mean, I love women. I love beautiful women. I love educated women. I love you're talented. I can give compliments.
Absolutely.
I can watch you from afar and be like, wow, I'm good because I know who
You're so
I
confident,
am.
yeah.
And I don't want to do what you do.
Right.
I'm good.
And there's room enough to go around.
Oh, absolutely.
So that brings me to, what's been some of your greatest successes and greatest failures that shape you?
Let's see, the failures, I would say the spending time with family. You know, I missed out on a lot.
The lack thereof.
Yeah, with my first son, you know, being a teenage mom and not being able to nurture him, and he, you know, my parents raised him until he was 8, so I missed out on a lot. Okay, and he felt that too. So family time, all those things, the moments and pictures and
First day of schools and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. You think now like, Dad, how could I work that out to be more present? But you know, it's you know, I was out there hustling to make it happen for them.
Yeah.
To provide for them, to have a great life for them. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be a balance. So you got to sacrifice.
Yeah,
So I made the sacrifice.
Yeah, heavy is the crown.
Oh yeah, and you know the great part would be, I think for me the later on was being there for my dad at the end. You know, my dad ended up sick, and I helped my dad with my mom. And that became a priority. I mean, it got to a place I had to go to the station and say, you know, my dad's sick.
So he did get a chance to experience a lot of your success?
Yeah. Yeah, but he missed a lot too. My dad was my biggest cheerleader. Child, we would be out in the mall or anywhere. He'd be like, you know who she is? I'd be like, oh my God. Well, let me tell you who she is, okay? He would just break down. Come on, let's take a picture. He was my biggest cheerleader. So just to be able to help him, and because he meant a lot to me. And when he passed away, that, like, it broke me for a couple of years. It took me a couple of years to get out of a dark space. I was very depressed. I questioned, I hated God. I hated him for taking him away. And it took a second. You know, I had to actually go get help and get on some medicine to get me out. The station was very helpful to me though, because I told them look, I would literally go into the radio station, do my thing, coming in, I was one person, do the thing on the radio, go back in the car, come home, and be depressed.
Yeah, go back into your cocoon.
That's what I did.
Yeah. So you had to learn how to maneuver through that.
Yep.
Yeah, I have an auntie right now. My granddad died
Sorry, boo-boo.
a year this month.
Okay.
And she's, you know, every time you talk to her, every post she makes on social media, and she's just reminding everybody, oh, my dad died. And I'm realizing that, you know, we can't articulate or speed up somebody else's grieving. And I know the longer we live, we all endure those close losses.
Yeah.
And I just pray to be strong enough, you know, to have that faith and to, you know, learn how to maneuver through it, because I know nothing can prepare you for it.
Nothing, and it doesn't matter how old.
Right.
But as you start getting older, you just really start thinking about your life. and your legacy and what you want people to remember you for, to be able to gracefully go to sleep in a peaceful way, I think is a great way to go on. So that's what I pray for. Whenever he's ready for me to go, I want to be upstairs laying down or wherever I am and just go to sleep. That's what it is. So I'm just so grateful for my father. I miss him a lot.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
So outside of being Sasha the Diva and you always in front of cameras and always, have to be on, what are some of your 5 success principles that helps keep you balanced outside of the entertainment world?
I do pray every day, and I thank God for all my blessings, and I be just telling him keep me humble,
Right.
because I'm 2 sides. I'm a puppy and a pit bull. Don't make no mistake.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, don't take the niceness for granted, because I will eat you alive. So God is important, the praying and meditating. My husband, he's very down to earth. He'll check a sister quick.
Can I sending you back?
Yeah, but Sasha is, I'm just me all the time, but he can check a girl, and then I check him back, but him around me saying, hey, watch this, I saw this, I'm thinking this, so he helps. My relationship with my mom helps keep me together. It's really just those 3 things that keep me balanced.
Yeah, and that's good because, a lot of people think it's some esoteric, something that's, something way out of ordinary. But, when you're an extraordinary person, you have to remember sometimes it's just those ordinary things that keeps you balanced.
And I'm so ordinary. Oh my God, when we can sit home and eat and turn on a TV and just binge watch, I love it.
Makes you feel like you're human.
I am human, and I get mad when the phone rings or I'm watching Yellowstone. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I like being home because you're in the street so much that when you come home, it's just so peaceful, and you just want quietness. I like it. I like being home.
Absolutely.
I
yeah,
do.
I'm 32. I turned 33 on Monday, but I'm realizing
Monday that's passed?
No, Monday coming up.
So you're Sag?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, too bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say the same thing to Sag. You a Sag?
I just had a birthday and an anniversary.
Okay, well, happy belated. And then how many years?
12 years on my birthday. We got married on my birthday.
Which was December
16th.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah.
And your birthday is?
December 26th.
Okay.
So I'm 10 years after, 10 days after.
So how do you do the holiday? Because everybody does different.
I've been cheated my whole life.
Okay, so you just get
so
everything.
I felt like, I would get like the shirt on Christmas and the pants for my birthday, and I'm like, well, this is the same outfit. I started figuring it out. But I just, celebrate myself.
Okay.
And I just do a big reflection because it's right before New Year's. So I just, reflect what I've done last year and get ready for the next year.
What do you want to do?
For myself, for me, I just want to operate at the highest level. I'm big on passion.
Okay.
So I believe that everything you do should be passion oriented. And when your passion leads, it's not about the money, it's not about the fame. That is the thing that fulfill you. And for me, I was labeled obese as a kid.
Oh.
So at 11, they said the fat kids become fat adults. And I've been outrunning that 11-year-old kid my whole life. So, my definition is I want to be obese, but become a beast.
Yeah.
And become a beast in my fitness business. And now talk about success, my podcast business. So I want to be number 1 in those spaces.
How much weight did you lose?
So when people look at the pictures, they say you wasn't really fat, but I was one of those chubby kids.
Okay.
So I wasn't like
you, right? I get
morbidly
it.
obese.
Okay.
But I had titties on my chest, and I had a little stomach.
Okay.
But at 11, I changed that, and then I've been on this
At
fitness
11,
journey.
that's so young.
Yeah, they scared me away. The doctor told me at 11. So I go home eating fruits and apples.
Wow.
And being conscious. And most 11-year-olds are not conscious about what they're doing. But for me, I told myself, like, okay, if I don't make it to the NFL, by the time I'm 18, 21, I'm gonna have my own gym.
Good for you.
So I was scarred into doing that, but I set out to do exactly what I wanted to do. So opened up my first gym at 19 years old.
Nice.
So now 13 years in, and we just, teaching people that you can turn your passion into a profit, you can turn it into a career, and you can just become better at it.
High five.
Absolutely.
That's giving love. We have to keep giving each other love and support each other.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
And that's why on the Two Crowded podcast, it's about, taking a dream and making it, come to pass. I hear TD Jakes always say,
Oh, I love TD.
Absolutely. It's not about provision, about the vision.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as God give you the vision, he'll provide for the vision. So that's...
You got to get off your behind and work.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately for me, a lot of young people now, they want it now. They don't...
Overnight.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work at Wendy's. Yeah. Welcome to Wendy's. Can I take your order, my love?
Oh, yeah.
I worked the drive-thru and did so well. See, we didn't have debit cards back then. People was letting me keep their change. And I was proud to work at Wendy's and make $5 an hour. I was proud my first radio job in Milford, Delaware. I was making $6 an hour. I was proud. Yeah. And I worked my butt off and I did a great job and I was on time and I had a smile. I never saw it in a bad way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was preparing you for who you are today. So you knew where you were going. Same way for me, I worked at Old Charlie's and I was a busboy.
Yeah.
And, I ironed my outfit every day. People thought I was the manager, because I was a personal trainer on the side.
Okay.
But then during the day, I'm the busboy. And I was in there walking around with my chest, got muscles on in my shirt. And people thought I was the manager, and no, he's the busboy. But I took pride in it.
How did they make them rolls?
It's a secret.
God, them rolls are so good.
Yeah, I used to eat about 5 a day.
Oh my God. And they have to make them hot for me right then. Yes, they are so good.
So I think it's only like one left in Georgia. They was going out of business at one time.
Oh, Charlie's?
Yeah, so I think it's like one left. So every now and then I catch the taste for it.
Stay away from the rolls now.
You have to. That's one reason. But I'm a trainer because I like to eat.
Right.
So I'm not a trainer because I choose apples and oranges. I do it because it's healthy.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. So we're talking to your 20-year-old self right now. What would you tell the 20-year-old version?
God, what I know now, phew.
Specifically 20.
Oh, 20. See, you have to get that at 2021, I was already in major market radio and I was making big money then.
At 20?
At 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I lied to get into the radio station, to intern. So I'm a young girl. Wow. So 20, I was rolling. What I would say to her was, okay, girl, you spending too much money. You flaunting. You need to take this money and be doing something else because I wasted a lot of money in those years,
Correct.
And Dad had to say, look, you better slow down. That's what I would tell the 20-year-old. You don't need all that jewelry. You don't have to be driving those kind of cars. What investments, what property are you buying? What you get ready to open? What? That's what I would tell the 20-year-old.
That's good. But, I was kind of like you because at 20, I knew exactly where I wanted to go. I was already in my own gym. I was already in that space.
Right.
But at 20, for me, it was like I was just stressing myself out for wanting to be successful.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those things where it's like I was the opposite of most people just enjoying life and, drugs and fun and friends and stuff like that. I was like super determined and I was like a workaholic. I had like 4 jobs. I'm a bouncer. I'm a bouncer at nighttime. Old Charlie's during the day. Working at Bally's Total Fitness during the day.
Wow.
And then I got clients on the side of that.
That's right.
So, but it came a time when I almost got burnt out one time and I got sick from working all these jobs. And it showed me that, at 20, if I die from working all these jobs, then it's not for nothing as well.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
That's that hustle. And I don't see that in young people today. They don't want to do that. They want to they want to hit the top now. They want the money now. And it's so unfortunate because they have so many opportunities, but you got to work. I'm sorry, you can't just walk into my door and just be at the top. I mean, I have worked with young women when I could see the gift, and I'll give of me when you give me you. And it's been a couple, and they're doing well.
That's good.
And in the industry, they're doing very well. Yeah.
What do you do for your wellness?
I eat good. I don't do no drugs. Never have. I don't drink no alcohol. I like to sleep, get my rest.
Yeah.
I love salad.
Like the real salads or the black salads?
What's a black salad?
You know, you got all the ranch and, you know, bacon and
Oh,
croutons
no. Oh, no,
and
no,
meat,
no.
jalapeno.
No,
So
I
it's kind of
put-
a burger just,
No.
but it's on lettuce.
No, I have all the veggies and my turkey and Caesar dressing. I literally eat that 3-4 times a week. So the food.
I'm with you. I love salads as well.
See, have you been to Salada?
I have.
Oh,
I
that's
love that.
that's
one of
my
main
favorite places.
Yeah.
So I think it's that and keeping negative energy and people out of my life. You don't need all these friends, and everybody's not good for you. You have to be careful who's in your space, and I'm very selective about my space and friends. I can count the number of friends on my hand.
Yeah.
Maybe one hand.
Yeah. They said we have a lot of times when you're friendly, a lot of people want to be your friend, but they're really acquaintances.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's associates, and associates are good. Friends are the people who don't ask you about what you're doing.
What opportunities coming up? Yeah.
They're not asking you for no tickets.
Right.
They're not asking you about who you just interviewed.
Right.
They don't give a damn about that stuff. It's just like, girl, guess what Kevin did? He done got on my nerve, girl. Oh, come on, let's go travel somewhere. That's what
Right.
a friend is. Yeah. So I'm very selective of people in my space and trusting. And I'm happy with that. My dad was like that. And I'm good in being in that space. And I'm just telling you, people coming to my house.
Yeah.
So this is a blessing.
Absolutely.
Because I just don't want it. I don't want all these parties all the time. It's just me, my husband and I and our kids. I mean,
Yeah,
we're good.
you know, but a lot of times with having that mindset, within the first 30 seconds, you know, you could pick up on people's spirit. You could pick up on if they're right or not. And your gut feeling always tell you the
I mean,
truth.
I was right before you got. I was laying on the couch because I had to be up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I was in there like closing my eyes for like 15 minutes just to get a cat nap. But I just think that it's so easy to be nice to people. It's so easy just to smile.
Goes a long way.
Yeah. Sometimes you could see someone and they're not smiling. That doesn't mean they're mean or anything. Sometimes you just don't know what's going on in someone's life. You don't know if they have money issues, they fight with their husband, they might be sick, they've got a kid issue, work is stressing them out. And that's not just judge, it's just hi, smile. And if they don't smile back or speak back, it's okay. You put out good energy to them.
You plant a seed. You definitely plant a seed.
That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. And I don't know. It's just, I just think love goes far. I love to love. I love to love. That's it.
That's big.
Mm-hmm.
So in closing, I like to end with an affirmation or a quote. And based upon this conversation, I think about becoming like a duck. You know, when you see a duck, it just glides on water.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you as a seasoned entrepreneur and me traveling down that journey that you're on. And a lot of times people just see us gliding on water, but they don't realize underwater, underneath, we're fighting. You know, those legs are moving, those hands are moving, but they see us gliding. And that's what I'm realizing, that what success is. You gotta always look the part, you gotta always be equipped, but just know up underneath, I'm working.
I'm working.
What's the affirmation or quote, and what does it mean to you?
Let me think about that one. I can't really give you a quote. Just be you. Just be you. Live your life the way you want to live your life. Be kind and be honest. Keep God in your life. Keep good people in your life, and you'll be okay. I'm just simple.
Absolutely.
I'm just simple.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes simple is better.
Simple is great.
Yeah, sometimes simple goes a long way.
It really does. When you think about long back before, we didn't have so much of this other stuff.
Distractions.
We sat down as a family and ate dinner together.
Yep.
There were no cell phones. We had family reunions. You knew who auntie and cousin and the crazy uncle would take his teeth out or the alcoholic. But you knew and you loved each other. You actually got on a phone and had a conversation. But you didn't want to be too long on the phone because they charge you for long distance. We don't do that.
Yeah, we don't cherish those simple moments. Yeah.
And those simple moments are the best moments. I cherish them.
Absolutely.
I do.
All right, so to the viewers, what's an ending message that you have to, aspiring entrepreneurs, philanthropists, radio personalities? What's the closing message that you have for them?
You have to work. You have to grind. Nobody owes you anything. Have your vision board. Sometimes you have to put it on the board or put it on a piece of paper or put it on your computer. And you need to look at that every day. And what are you doing every day to accomplish what it is that you want out of life? Stop blaming people for why you're not where you're supposed to be in your life.
Correct.
We all have challenges. We all have different circumstances. I have seen someone with nothing become something amazing.
Right.
And I've seen someone who has had it all not be shit.
Right.
Get your ass up and work and make it happen for yourself. That's all I can tell you, because I made it happen for myself.
Yeah.
So I just have no sympathy for that. So if you want to open a business or you want to write a book or you want to be on the radio, you want to have this gym, okay, boo, look, that's your dream, not mine. Go make it happen.
Wow. You heard it here. You heard it black and white. Make sure you take your notes. Make sure you run this video back, like, comment, share. How can they find you on all social media
Just
platforms?
go to SashaTheDiva.com. That's just my website, and everything is on the website, okay? Because, I'm not, social media is okay, but I'm just,
You got your own platform.
Yeah, just go to SashaTheDiva.com and open this there. So I know you're getting ready to end this, but I end a certain way.
Okay.
I just can't do it with you. So I always, in anything I do, I like to do nose kisses.
Okay.
I kiss nose. It's just love. So my nose to your nose.
All right.
Okay, because I'm husband,
Absolutely.
I forgot who I nose kissed in my
I ain't
husband.
trying to get beat up by nobody.
Like my husband about died. Oh, I think I nose kissed Tyrese. Honey, who did I nose kiss? Okay, forget it. But thank you. I pray for you and all your success. I see more happening for you and your team and who you're traveling with, your professionalism on time, and everything is good. So I look forward to saying, what? He got another gym? What? They employ how many people? What? So good luck to you.
I receive it 100%.
Okay.
And I won't let you down.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Get this hair out of here. Hold on.
I won't let you down. So, all right. Well, as always, hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll meet you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.